All right, all right, all right. Good morning, everyone. All right, guys. So, in terms of meditation today, I'm going to leave that more up to you guys. I do have to run a quicker session than usual today. And I think it's a great morning to do a quicker session just because it is FOMC morning, and I don't believe the market's going to be crazy active or we're going to miss anything. So, with that, okay, let's dive right into it. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing so far? So, in terms of the weekly, I'm still bullish, and I would like to see previous weekly high and 105.700 get reached this week. Okay, that's really my overall objectives, is these two highs up there. There is a weekly imbalance down there, so I'm making note of it. It's not that I want price action to go all the way down here, but I'm just making note that there is a nice insufficiency on the weekly here that we could potentially go to. I don't think that that's going to happen this week, but it's just a possibility that I feel like we should all be aware of. Okay, then besides that, we got this nice bullish range from this low to this high. Remember, you always measure your range from wick to wick. My range is not just measured by structure, but it's also measured by the last points of liquidity runs. So you guys can see that this low swept these previous lows here to the left and traded into this insufficiency. You can see that this high took out all this liquidity to the left and then rejected towards the downside. Okay, so because that's my range, I'm looking from 50% and below. I'm looking for liquidity. So it was either these lows, or now yesterday we made our internal liquidity. So for me, I'm aiming for this low. I don't think we need to hit it. I don't think we need to hit it for us to be able to accumulate. I think we can still accumulate from this area. 1 second. I don't know why this is not working. Okay, I think we can still accumulate from this whole area range from this wick, but the only thing is, personally, I would love to see some internal liquidity. 50% and below of the range, it's either this low or this low. So I'm leaning more towards this previous daily low as internal liquidity. We already took previous daily high, but we still have all this upside liquidity just resting up above. Okay, so for now, guys, I am going to look for shorts towards this low and just indices longing towards those previous daily highs. But this is the objective for today on DXY, is making it to the lower end of this wick, if not taking it out entirely. So as of right now, I'm going to put... so when I journal, just for you guys awareness, so when I journal for FOMC, I do it hours before. Like, I'll do it like an hour or two beforehand, but I won't do it like at the open or before the open, because honestly, anything can really play out. Like, I can say, okay, cool, like FOMC morning, I'm aiming for this low, and then by the time I get to FOMC, this is already, like, we're already trading down here. So that's why I personally don't like to set objectives for today until next time. But for today, what I am going to do is fill out my journal for yesterday. And it's just that simple, guys. I mean, I just do this every day. Yeah, I mean, I take a nice little screenshot. We were aiming for these highs. We still didn't get those highs. And boom, copy link. We were aiming for that Asian liquidity, and we did get it. We did get the Asian high right there. There we go. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of that right there, Beautiful day so far. But yeah, so this is my after for Tuesday, right? I'm taking like an after image of Tuesday because we did end up hitting that Asian high just later on. But anyways, just looking for this low to get taken out, or for price action to continue to gravitate towards that low, right? For the rest of the session, maybe up until FOMC. Let me add EU. Oh, there it is. Just EU October futures looks so weird. It just looks so incomplete. So that's why I don't know. I need to talk to someone about the futures on Forex assets. It's just it looks so incomplete. Like I can't trade this. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a different way to trade these. Because yeah, the September contract of course closed. Right, but I can't go to an October contract. Yeah, it just looks very incomplete. So for at the moment, I won't be trading EU. Just at the moment. Just can't trade it the way it is. Let's go into indices. Again, if you haven't watched Monday's session, that's probably the most important session of the week. Please don't hesitate to watch the morning's that Monday session. Monday session is probably like the most important one in terms of price delivery. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Just had to say bye to the kids. Okay. Cool. Give me 1 sec. Let me just get my place back because I hella lost my place. All right. So NASDAQ. Happy FOMC day. Let's get it. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Always here. What do you use to journal? Notion. I use Notion to journal. I actually have a video on YouTube, like a whole ass video that I created just so you guys can have my Notion journal and the way that I do my journaling. I do have a recorded session. I believe it's in the ABCs of Smart Money Concepts playlist, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of really good stuff on there. All right. NASDAQ took our previous weekly low. Okay, I believe on NASDAQ we had said 15,185. So we were talking about potentially coming down here. Now, since we hit that previous weekly low, I am looking for more shorts, but not yet. So we did hit that previous weekly low, which was our first objective. But this is really the next objective here, is this previous daily high, Monday's high of the day. Okay, we created an insufficiency. We can trade into this this mitigation block. Okay, now if we end up trading into this mitigation block, beautiful. But that's really what I'm aiming for. And if you guys can't see the mitigation block, it is this whole thing right here. Okay, but I only use mainly like the openings and stuff like that. So right now that's the mitigation candle. I'm looking for price action to gravitate towards these zones right here, these three levels: Monday's high, gap, or mitigation candle. We don't have to get to the mitigation candle, but these two right here are the absolute areas that I want to see before I touch anything today. But in terms of shorts, those are the areas that I want to see, is from this imbalance across the board. Let's see what we were looking for. NASDAQ yesterday, some shorts to those lows. Yeah, I think we got that very nicely. Let me just take a screenshot of this real quick. Beautiful shorts. Yeah, yeah. I was aiming for this low right here, which we did get very nicely. Right there, Monday's low. Okay, we took that out. And so today we're just aiming, right now at the moment, I'm just aiming for that high. That's all. I'm just aiming for these highs right here. Monday's high. In terms of the 4-hour, I think the 4-hour can respect this bearishness and still sweep the highs. Again, guys, if you haven't watched my Monday stream, I highly encourage you to watch that, just because I set up my whole week. All my markups are for Mondays and Tuesday sessions. So if you haven't checked that out yet, I just highly recommend it. That way, when you see all this stuff, you're not just like, what the hell is he marking out? You know what I mean? Okay, so we took out last week's low. Boom. We took out previous weekly low too. Initial low September. Okay, so now we have a new low of the month. Took out all of these lows. Beautiful. Respected the zone very nicely. We traded right through that. So yeah, I'm personally aiming for Monday's high. And look, we can get shorts out of there, but on the daily time frame, we're still bullish. That's the matter of the fact that, like, in the daily time frame, we're still bullish. So we can trade to that high of Monday and maybe even keep going. But I'm personally leaning more towards the shorts. Okay, so I'm looking at this whole zone. This whole bearish imbalance. And this bearish imbalance on the weekly. I know it's hard to see, but it's right here. Oh shit. It's right here. You guys see it right here? Weekly. So it's right there. So I want to see price action trade back into the level, the low end of that imbalance, right? The low level of that imbalance, and then reject towards the downside. So we'll see if all of those areas, like those very strong areas of resistance, hold out, or if this liquidity sweep of previous day weekly lows is what's going to take us higher. But personally, guys, I'm leaning towards the shorts. I'm definitely leaning towards the shorts. Yeah, I think it's a very high probability. But for the open, I am long. I mean, I just don't see us doing anything else. In terms of Dow, from this blue box back up here, like, that's what I'm looking at in terms of the opening price. Because you guys got to understand, like, or maybe not all the way up here necessarily, but here you go. From that low to that, from that high to that low, that's our range. 50% and above is this previous daily high. And now we have a relative high right next to it. We don't have to get to that relative high, but just know that that's Monday's high, and I'm personally still aiming for it. But internal liquidity would be this previous daily high, but I don't think we're just going to sweep that internal liquidity alone. I believe Monday's high is going to be the internal liquidity. Maybe we don't sweep Monday's high across the board. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. That's Dow, NASDAQ, S&P. Yeah, they all have Monday's high intact. So for the opening price, that's my idea. Hey, good morning, Zach. But me personally, just letting you guys know, I'm not going to push any buttons until FOMC. I'm not pushing a single button. Even if the longs look super clean and they do exactly what we want, I'm personally not trading until FOMC. I don't like to over trade in one day. I'm just looking for my one setup and I'm done. Excuse me. Fuck. I had a stretch that just Borrowed my soul. Okay. Cool. So let's look at NASDAQ 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour looks pretty ready to get back up there. I don't believe that we need to get back to Asian price action range, but you know, we'll see what levels of support we come down to go higher. All right. Yeah. You know, FOMC mornings are not like my favorite to trade, but I do show up every single FOMC morning just to study price action. It gives me a good idea what I need to do moving forward for the rest of the day. See, on Tuesday on Dow, yeah, I wanted more shorts. Yeah, despite us taking out this low, I wanted to see just more Dow shorts. And we ended up getting some beautiful Dow shorts. Yeah, I'm happy I was aiming for more shorts yesterday. Give me 1 second. Let me just journal that real quick. Drop it in my Notion. Alright, I'm gonna grab a water real quick, but I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Just grabbing some water. My throat gets super dry in the mornings. I get super parched. I don't know why. I'll wake up and just like chug a bottle. It's horrible. Anyways, internal liquidity is just resting up here. So as of right now, immediate targets is this high. So from here to there, like from this blue shaded box to here, that to me seems like the most logical play. If you are gonna trade it, you know, before FOMC, then that would be it for me. Yeah. Let's go look at gold. Do you breathe from? Yeah, probably. I snore a lot too, so wake up, my throat's all dry and shit. Yeah. Wow, gold had just been taking out these freaking objectives. Comes from this internal liquidity, respects imbalance, rejects towards the upside. I believed we were gonna aim for this breaker. We didn't make it to the breaker. We just trade towards our objectives, imbalance, and really just holding this bullish price action. In terms of gold, let's see. In terms of Goldilocks, current range, current range is still pretty bullish, right? We did take out previous daily low, rejected towards the upside, traded into this previous area of distribution, took out Asian liquidity. Let's go back to now the 1 hour. Let's really look and dive into this. Okay, the 1 hour the 4 hour now comes down, takes out the low, the previous daily low, and then what? Look what it does, the previous daily low, right? We get a lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. So we accumulate right below the lows. So I'm bullish. I remain bullish on this, and I believe that despite this range right here, yeah, we haven't taken out any internal liquidity. I do think that we can pop up higher one more time and trade into this unmitigated block, or OB right here. But when I'm looking for a distribution, I kind of want to see the previous daily lows or liquidity to the downside left behind. You know what I mean? Like, this is a nice break of structure, yeah, but it's also a nice accumulation if you look at it. Because right below the lows, we're looking for accumulation, and you guys can see that we come into the low end of that weekly imbalance, or daily imbalance. Yep. We come into the low end of that daily imbalance. Look at that. We revisit that level, find support, and continue trading to the upside. Yeah, I'm pretty bullish on gold. I do think we can take out this high as well. Of course, we can go lower, but I'm leaning more towards the longs from this imbalance. In terms of EU, I'm gonna look at another asset. I mean, until I figure this out with the futures thing, I gotta keep looking at euro. I'm gonna keep looking at euro because I'm really liking euro a lot lately. Thinking it's gonna be a nice favorite towards these lows. Let's see. Okay, I have this EU. I'm gonna do this futures EU right here. The continuous contracts. It just has some random ass gaps, but it's okay. We can work with it. We have marked this out quite a few times, so all right. Let's just mark it from scratch. Actually, the opening price just hit. Let's go to indices, and then we'll go back to EU. There's that reversal into that area that I was mentioning. We came in, maybe we sweep some liquidity here, some previous hourly lows. There's some imbalance to the low end of here, just very low end of this whole little range. Okay, in the blue shaded area, I only see one insufficiency in the hourly, and it's right here. So maybe we get all the way into this imbalance here. I'll show you guys on the right. Oh no, not that one. Shit. This one. Yeah, maybe we get back into that imbalance and then find the accumulation. NASDAQ 15-minute, very similar. Let's see where NASDAQ might be going. NASDAQ might be looking to take out this low, which is an Asian low, but it could look to be taking it out. No internal liquidity as of yet. Remember that. No internal liquidity. There was an imbalance here that we could be respecting right here. So just beware of these imbalances, because maybe we trade through them and it looks like we're gonna disrespect them, but Just remember, you need a full body candle. I like the longs here. I really, really like the longs out of this order block. I really like the longs. I think this imbalance, 1 hour imbalance, is going to get respected, and price action is just going to go long to that previous daily high. Yeah, I really like the longs from that area. Dow didn't quite make it to that imbalance yet. Created a double bottom. S&P. I've been neglecting S&P a little bit. I know we haven't really looked at it too much, just like EU. But look at this, man. Look at the way we come into these gaps. I'm telling you guys. Look at that. Boom, gap. Imbalance, which is essentially a gap. Gap over here to the left. Yeah. 4 hour looks pretty bearish. I'm not bearish though. Not till we hit some liquidity. S&P's got this imbalance down here. It may or may not hit it. S&P may or may not hit it. Honestly, it doesn't need to. It really does not need to. All the other ones did hit it. You guys gotta understand. All the other ones did hit those imbalances, so we don't necessarily have to hit it. But this OB right here was nasty. OB imbalance. It says try breathing from the nose and drink 2 cups of water before sleeping. Oh man. I might try the like consciously breathing through my nose. That's probably something I don't do as often. Yeah, and then the water for sure. Let's see. But yeah, across the board, I'm not playing anything, regardless whether this plays out to the motherfucking T. It's okay, you know. Price will do what it's got to do. I'm gonna mark out my zones. I'm gonna test out my strategy, and I'm gonna, you know, solidify my edge by doing this every single day. You know, nobody has to tell me to do these things. No one's here over my head or anything. I'm just doing this because, you know, I love price action. Just enjoy marking price action up. I used to think I had like a really unhealthy obsession with trading. Really unhealthy relationship with it. And then I believe I met Matthew, and he kind of clarified a lot of, I don't know, I'm really grateful for Matthew. Met Matthew, and he really clarified a lot of like the mentality side of things when it comes to trading. The mentality side of things when it comes to trading is crucial. Cause yeah, I mean, you can study and you can have the best strategy, you can have the best mentor, you can have the utmost guidance in trading, and still have like a bad relationship with it by over trading or putting yourself down when you miss a trade, or, you know, XYZ reasons. Right? It's like a toxic relationship, because when you leave, what's a toxic relationship? Well, something that isn't healthy for you, right? And you have to make trading a healthy relationship. In other words, you have to make trading something healthy for you to do. Okay? Trading has to be something healthy for you to do. It can't just be something that you go to because you have a bad day. It can't be something that you go to when you want to feel right, It can't be something that you go to in the sense of looking for something, right? It has to be something you truly enjoy to do, and make it enjoyable too. I mean, I see just too many traders that I fucking leave their desk hating their lives. It's like, why did I fucking keep going? It's beats me, man. Like, you know, it really beats me. I don't know why you kept going. You know, it's so, but it's just, bro, if you're leaving your desk any day unhappy, trust me, there's got to be another approach that you can do with trading. You know what I mean? Like a healthier approach. Because most of the time, I mean, the market's not creating this toxic ass relationship with you. You are. You know, you gotta have to understand, like, you draw your own boundaries in life. You draw your own boundaries in life. Not the sexiest accumulation, right? But there it is, for sure. Yeah, I recommend the healthy approach. And how do you take these healthy approach, or how do you even know or can identify if you're in a toxic relationship with trading? You can identify if you're in a toxic relationship with trading by what I mentioned just barely. If you ever leave your desk upset, if you ever have to delete MT4, if you ever have to delete MetaTrader, any MetaTrader or your trading platform, if you ever have to walk away from the charts because you overdid it, if you ever feel like you're done for the week, not because you hit your percentage, but because you fucking overdid it, you know, like, all of those reasons are very legitimate reasons to believe that you have a unhealthy relationship with your trading. Now, unhealthy relationships with trading doesn't mean that you suck at trading. It doesn't mean that anything about you. It just means that currently you're doing more harm to yourself than you are good to yourself. And no daily activity should be a toxic activity to you. You know what I mean? We're trading we're here 5 days out of the week, right? Nas has a small previous daily gap in the line with MT5. Potentially, I'm gonna stay out personally. I'm gonna stay out. But you know, look at that. I don't know, man. I'm just here marking boxes. I'm a noob. I don't know what I'm doing here. These are all accidents, coincidences. We gotta be. Anyways, I'm just fucking with y'all. Anyways, just have a healthy relationship with trading. I mean, I don't think that can be expressed anymore or any less. I believe that most of us just have such a go-getter approach. Like, drop some sevens in the chat if you recognize yourself as somebody that's hardworking and dedicated. Drop some sevens in the chat if you identify yourself as hardworking and dedicated. Like, be honest, you know what I mean? Be honest. If you consider yourself hardworking and dedicated, drop some sevens in the chat. In the Naslog, let's go, bro. Let's go. Cool. A lot of us consider ourselves very hardworking and dedicated. Okay, and so we approach a good chunk of our lives this way. When you guys went to school, you always try to do your best. When you went into sports, you always try to be the top, you know, player, the best that you can be. Not the top in your team, but the top of you. You know what I mean? The best version of yourself. You're always trying to work and outwork yourself. You're always trying to push yourself even better, harder, further, right? And so outside of trading, this approach, at least I don't know any other industries where this approach works, but this approach outside of trading is, man, these fucking NAS longs, man. This immediate high right here, this one right here, so in trading, those individuals that dropped a 7, you're probably going hard in your studies. You're probably going hard in dedication. You're probably not going to give up. You're probably going to keep going no matter how many times you breach an account or breach a challenge. And that's how it should be. I mean, in my eyes, you know, dedication looks like that. But in trading, too much of it, too much hard work could even put you back months, years. Going too hard at trading, right, without understanding certain things can really put you back, right? A couple of months, even years. Not just in trading, but in life. Right? So what I'm going to ask you guys, my go-getters, my hard workers, my fucking doers, my action takers, okay? Learn when it's important to do nothing. Because that's what we need more of. Is learning when to do nothing. And when doing nothing is the better thing to do. Is gold flying? I kind of figured. I was looking at gold earlier. I don't know if you were here for it, but damn. Yeah, you can just tell a distribution from an accumulation. Easy. A distribution will have liquidity built up to the bottom of it. An accumulation will start out as a distribution, right? And accumulate below the distribution's liquidity. Right? Again, in accumulation, the difference between an accumulation and distribution is the liquidity resting below. A reaccumulation starts out as a distribution. Every reaccumulation will start out as a redistribution. Every accumulation does that. It starts out and it looks like a distro. Right? But the way that you can confirm it is if it has resting liquidity below or not. And if that resting liquidity below, look at structure in that resting. When we took out that resting liquidity, look at structure. That's really what gave me this long right here. So, again, we started as distribution. We came into the low end of that weekly imbalance. Okay, come into this 4-hour imbalance. We distributed. We created these equal lows, previous daily low, and then the 1 hour accumulates right below those equal lows. Boom, longs, the beautiful long. Fuck, it's popping. Holy shit, gold. I hope Nas follows up with gold. Shit. That gold is fucking flying. Good shit to whoever caught that. Or if you were in the stream soon enough, hopefully that you took advantage of those longs. Like I said, I don't know what I'm just drawing out boxes. I'm doing the exact same thing every single day. Exact same thing every day. Just in here marking out my zones, my areas. You know, these magic blue boxes. You guys know that these magic blue boxes do their thing. Yo, drop some 7s if you caught any longs today. Drop some 7s if you're in any longs today. Drop some 7s in the chat if you're rocking any longs today. Let me see. 7s, nice. Good shit, bro. Good shit. Oh, nice. Good stuff, Zach. Juan. I Spy. Let's go, bro. My brother I Spy. Let's go, bro. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. Gotta catch up again. I always see your stories. You and your girl be living. I love to see your stories. I love to see people just being happy, you know? Just absolutely melting towards the downside. 1 hour imbalance. Beautiful. Yeah, just melts towards the downside. These longs, Dow is longing from that box. I know it's taking a little bit longer, but it is doing it. Yo, give me a second. Something just fell. I don't even know what it was. Give me a sec. Bro, y'all ever home absolutely alone? All right, you're home absolutely alone. Like you're 100% sure you're home alone, and like one of the other rooms, something fucking falls, and like you can hear it. Like I just heard something from the room next door like tumble over, and it wasn't anything small. It was something pretty loud. But you, bro, like we're absolutely alone at home. It's just weird shit like that. Weird shit like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bro. I'm just like, damn, like I just don't pay attention to, like I'm paying attention to it now, but I don't feed into it. I just leave it. I'm like, oh, you want to go check? Go ahead. I won't. I'm not gonna feed into it anymore. Yeah, I'd rather not check. Said. Yeah, I'd rather continue living thinking that I'm alone. These guys may short one more time. These guys all may short one more time, but I'm more in favor of the longs. But yeah, this is why I wasn't playing them, just because I kind of figured we would go a little bit more back and forth, back and forth. Dow's doing it right from our blue shaded box, man. I'm telling you guys, I don't know. I can't make this shit up. This morning play is nasty. I'm gonna journal a little bit. Why not? You know, collect data. Yeah, just doing a little bit of a morning session journal. Because why not? But yeah, no, I don't usually journal in the morning, honestly. The morning before FOMC. I journal every single morning unless there's like FOMC. Then I usually journal FOMC after everything has already kind of ran. All right, let's go back to EU. Might be too late for you. I love EU right now. Okay, let's go EU. We got our external liquidity down here. Okay. And one more external liquidity down here. Okay. So, for me personally, I do believe we can just keep going lower. Yeah, I do believe we can just keep going lower. Give me one sec. I'm going to make sure that these... Will we get a retracement, a full retracement? You know, that's pretty tough to say. I can't call something out like that. Not right now. I don't think that that we're just going to turn around this whole thing. But right now, we just have to follow our daily structure. You know what I mean? We've hit liquidity. Let's follow daily structure. If daily structure, and only if daily structure ends up breaking to the upside, I will then be bullish and look for these highs. But until that happens, man, I'm pretty short. And this daily range will either support that or what is it called? We will either support it or void it out, like cancel the whole bias. So looking at this range, the daily range, from this high to this low, okay, 50% and above, just like DXY. Previous area of distribution, previous daily high. Maybe we get some distribution above this high, and then we start aiming for all the lows again. We have a lot, excuse me, of relative lows. Lots and lots of relative lows. And look, EU did exactly what gold did. Breaks structure, then takes out the lows, leaves lows intact, then takes them out and accumulates out of it. Yeah, ideally, when you see a distribution, you'd want to see resting liquidity below. What time frame is this? I thought I had the 15-minute here. Oh, the 5-minute. Why? We could make it to this imbalance here, this little balance price range. Oh, I guess we did trade into it a little bit, slightly, already. Interesting. I'm interested to see if we make it down there. There's like a slight imbalance here on the 3-minute. Maybe we make it down there. We don't have to. We already have an imbalance here that could potentially just continue this bullish order flow. You know, right from where it's at, right there. Right to these highs. Yeah, the R&R is not there though. Unfortunately. Definitely not. 102. Like, this is a good re-entry. Like if I was looking for re-entries, this is the type of re-entries I look for. My initial entry would have been down here though, when we first tapped into that 3-minute imbalance. That tap right there. I know it's very immediate, very close, very short term, but it was there. Look, we're overtaking that whole thing. Let's see if they respects this imbalance. If not, this 3-minute imbalance would just make sense. But yeah, this is what FOMC morning looks like. Look how close we are to this high. Look how close we've been to this high. That's why I don't want to participate in it. You know, any other day, this thing would have just popped right to the highs. Any other day. FOMC day, moves towards the highs, rejects the other way. Yeah, so 3-minute imbalance. Equal lows here on the 5. Or relative lows. Look at those equal highs. I can see some. Can you guys see? The other day I was having a conversation with someone, and they were mentioning the fact that, you know, smart money, like the way that we trade smart money ICT concepts, is also retail. And, you know, to that comment, you know, I think that comment's very well put. You know, I believe that smart money concepts and ICT concepts, regardless of where you're learning it from, if ICT himself or, you know, smart money concepts, fucking market makers themselves, like, we're all retail no matter what. Like, if you look at smart money concepts, like, the reason that the market does these types of moves is to set up smart money concept traders as well. You know, you got double tops, cool, retail traders. Oh, you got a sweep of the low, an FU candle, oh, smart money traders, right? And they'll wipe the board with both, you know, support and resistance traders, smart money traders, ICT traders. There's no secret sauce. Like, everybody's retail no matter what. Everybody's retail no matter what. And the market has been coded to deliver price in a way that looks deceiving to your eye. Like, it looks attractive to your eye. Right? NASDAQ just kind of taking this whole fucking range back. Back to the blue shaded box, original blue shaded box. I was listening to Top Step Foundation videos, and they were saying that we are all retail, provide liquidity so that spreads are tighter. Yeah, we're all retail. Like, I don't care if you trade what you trade, bro. You can trade market maker method, you can trade ICT, you can be smart money trader, you can be a like a support and resistance trader like Q Banks, bro. It does not matter. It really does not matter. That's the reality of it. What the hell is going on here, man? Look at these blue boxes, bro. Come on, man. That's a fucking sexy ass entry. Beautiful entry right there. Yeah, 100%. We are all part of the spread. Like, we all provide liquidity so these spreads aren't so fucking high. We all provide the liquidity, you know, no matter what strategy you trade. Everybody provides liquidity. They induce, like, the inducement is there no matter what, for what strategy you trade. That's what you guys got to understand. These markets were coded so they induce all and all in any strategy, right? So in a way, the market has been coded to induce opinions, to build up opinions, no matter the strategy. So if you ever feel like, oh no, I got the fucking sauce, the secret of the market and all that stuff, I'm just, humble up a little bit, because that may not actually be the case. Unless you're just absolutely not losing at all, hit me up. But yeah, I don't believe that there's like a secret to the market. It's just all, yeah, I feel like everybody's retail. Like the market's just not trying to set anybody up, trying to wipe the board before they make any move. So if anybody ever tells you we're trading with the fucking banks, please don't fall into that scam. Please don't fall into that scam. Okay? Trading like the banks, yeah, I don't know about that. The banks fucking use EMAs, bro. Do you guys know that? A lot of these market makers, bro, I've talked to a couple of hedge fund managers. I've talked to a couple of these guys that work for fucking central banks. I've met one before, and he doesn't know anybody that trades naked charts. He doesn't know what smart money concepts is. They trade like EMAs, double tops, RSIs. Believe it or not. EU took out that high. Better have taken out that high. Fuck. It's flying. Boom. There goes Monday's high. Where's Monday? Monday's right here. It's already been more than taken out. Last week's high. Boom. Just going for that entire range. I don't know about your guys' feed, but mine still has a little bit more to go. But as of right now, you guys gotta understand too. Hopefully we don't respect this and we just trade through it. But yeah, nice eye, bro. EU's taking out that high. Just like we anticipated. NASDAQ coming right back. I'm not surprised. Not surprised whatsoever. Dow took out that previous daily high. S&P didn't take out that previous daily high. NASDAQ didn't take out that previous daily high. Dow did, though. Dow did. Okay. The fuck is Dow? Oh, this is September's contract. That's why. There it is. Dow took out that high. S&P didn't. So there's some bearish divergence there. Bearish divergence. So those, I mean, they're all gonna fall right now, but how low are they gonna go? Not sure. Maybe below Asian lows. Midnight low. Asian low. Maybe. As of right now, I'm just fucking sitting on my hands. Maybe. Because I'm more bullish than anything. I wouldn't try to short it this morning. At least I'm not personally gonna try to short it this morning. Yeah, DXY took out that low. Dow took out previous daily high. NASDAQ didn't. And EU didn't. So I'm kind of guessing that these guys may fall for a little bit. Your channel got so much value now. Oh, the new ICT. I wouldn't ever call myself the new ICT, but I can agree with you that there is a lot of value on this channel. Like if you sit at the table long enough here, you will eat. That's the thing. That's how I see it. I know that for those, like, I know that we don't have like the highest views, the most shares, the most comments and likes and all that stuff, but honestly, for those of you who consistently sit here and tune in day after day, if you sit here long enough, you will eat, right? But I want you guys to know the following. Please, if there's ever any questions like about the way that I break down my charts, what are your blue boxes? What are your orange lines? What are your white lines? What are the white boxes? What are these boxes represent? Anything, guys. There's no such thing as dumb questions. Sometimes I get these questions like outside of my outside of my recordings. But trust me, guys, like if you ask in the comments, I'm happy to answer your question. If I ever don't answer your question, just know that I didn't see it. You know, maybe you need to send it again. But I try not to ignore any comments. And for anybody that has questions about my charts, I guarantee you're not the only one wondering what the blue boxes are or what the orange lines are, you know? So if you guys see my charts and you're like, you know what, I don't really understand how you came across this bias. Would you mind running it through again? I'm happy to. Super happy to. But thank you, Zay. I really appreciate that, bro. I do believe that this channel has a lot of value. And you know, there's just businesses out there that are charging like $200, $300. I was a part of those businesses. You know, like I paid $200, $300 for 2 years. Right? For 2 years, bro. For 2 years I was paying $200 and $300 for education. For, you know, 2 years I was actually buying different courses, following different mentors. Yeah, I did all that. I don't believe that this information's ours or mine. Let's stick with this channel. I don't believe that this information's mine, nor do I have the right to keep it all to myself just because somebody can't afford it. You know what I mean? Like, none of this information's mine. I learned it from ICT. I learned it from, you know, Trade House. I learned it from just the years of doing this stuff, but I've never learned and figured out a strategy all on my fucking own. You know what I mean? There's always something that brought it to my attention. What is the indicator that you are using? I'm glad that you ask. I'm glad that you ask because I get asked this pretty often, and I love going over this. So the indicator on the right hand side, you guys, you noticed how when I was on the 15-minute, how it helped me find and identify the 1 hour imbalance here on the right, just like on Dow right here, how it helped me identify the 1 hour imbalance here that we came right down to. The reason is because I'm on the 15-minute and I can see the 1 hour. So this indicator is called the power of 3 by 2 degrees, and it is not free, but there is a free version. The free version is right here. The pro version is paid. I paid like $380 a year or $350 a year for the pro version. It changed the game for me. Sorry to like say that. You know, I know a lot of people are really against indicators, but personally, guys, like, it changed the fucking game for me. Like, I do not miss imbalances on different time frames anymore thanks to this. Maybe I'll miss some here and there, but I was missing way more before. So the way that I have it set up is in every single time frame. So if I go to the daily, I see the weekly. I always have the next time frame above set up. So that's why you see a bunch of them over here on the left. I have like 6 of them set up. One for the daily, one for the 4 hour, one for the 1 hour, one for the 15-minute, one for the 5-minute, and one for the 1 minute. And they all have the time frame, the next time frame above set up. So that way on the 1 minute, I can see the 5 minute. On the 5 minute, I can see the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, I can see the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, I can see the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, I can see the daily. On the daily, I can see the weekly. And that's where I stopped it. I don't know how many indicators the premium version of TradingView allows you, but I didn't stop because of that. I just stopped because I didn't really need it beyond that. The free version is just one candle. So when I was testing out the free version, which I recommend that you guys do, testing out the free version, I had the 4-hour candle and the 1-hour candles. So I did the exact same thing. On the 4-hour, I had the daily. On the daily, I had the weekly. I did the exact same setup, but it doesn't have multiple candles. It just has one. But looking at the 1-hour candle printing as you're looking at the 5-minute, 1 minute, it does help. You know, having like a 1 hour and then a 15-minute and all of those kind of lined up, so that way you can see how the current candle that you're trading is printing is pretty powerful. I've been in the IM Academy for 2 to 3 years, $200 a month. Yeah, that's where I was for years. It was just very hard. Like, let's be real. Let's have a real ass conversation, okay? It is really fucking hard, and it was very hard for me to leave IM Academy. It was very, very to and free, gang. Let's go. I fucking did the exact same thing. But I had two accounts. I had my corporate account with IM Academy, and I had my normal account with my girl. So we were studying and then the corporate doing the running up the signups. But anyways, it's not the conversation. The reality of it is, okay? The reality of it is, it was very hard for me to leave IM Academy. Matter of fact, it was probably one of the most difficult decisions that I made in my trading. It's because we are taught to believe, and I'm not. This isn't a fucking reference to leave IM Academy. That's not like if it's working for you, stay there. The reason that I left any education. Let's not even put names out there. The reason I left was because I believed that by testing out a strategy consistently, documenting it, journaling it, and 2 years was enough time for me to realize that this wasn't the one for me. And so you are taught to believe that this is it. This is the strategy. This is the one fucking thing you need. This is the one, like, this is the way that the banks trade. This is the way that the market makers trade. And you think you're being taught like the fucking secret way, the algo of the fucking market, right? You really feel like you're, and so leaving something like that you value it that much, like you value it with a lot of significance, right? You put a lot of significance behind it, and you put so much time into it, and then you're like, well, what am I gonna do after this? Because if I don't continue, one, I get kicked out from all my chats, I get kicked out from other communities. What about resources? What about teachers? What about mentors? What about other students? What am I gonna do all by myself? And you start thinking all these things. But I promise you, bro, going solo was the best thing I've ever done for my trading. Hands down, trading on my own taught me way more than these fucking like 2-3 years mentorships. Doesn't matter how many years of mentorships. And this isn't bagging on any mentorships. I'm grateful for all the mentorships I participated on, 100%. It is mainly due to the fact that I hit all my breakthroughs after I left. It was after the fact. Like, you just think that you have the fucking sauce, bro, and you don't understand it. You're just not getting it. But bro, I'm telling you guys, I documented for over a year, journaled, documented, and figured out that, bro, this isn't it. You know, I have proof of 2 years of blown accounts, breached fucking blown challenges, breach challenges, failed challenges, whatever you guys want to call them. You know, blown personal accounts. I have countless of them, and testing out a strategy with 1% and countless of them. And I'm like, you know, this isn't it. You know, and so I took the leap of faith, and I was like, okay, I may not be part of a community that's got my back. I may not have a bunch of people to talk to. May not have resources to always go back to. I may not have videos that I truly believe in and all that stuff. And I may not have mentors now that will look out for me on a week-to-week basis. I may not have signals that will be called out for me. You know, I may not have this big-ass fucking community. But now I just have me. And the moment you realize that you are all you fucking need to win in this industry, you will double down on you, on your learning, on your business, and things will actually start turning around and making so much more sense. I was dependent on educators and not getting my own experience. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. For me, it was bounce back. I was really just tuning into the bounce back and just really 100% depending on it, you know, and it was not healthy. It's not healthy. That's the reality of it. It just wasn't a healthy relationship. Right? There's toxic relationships and there's healthy relationships. And my relationship with that industry, or with that with those educational platforms, was just unhealthy because I was so dependent on them. You know, have you guys ever been with someone that's really dependent on your happiness? Like, their happiness is dependent on you. Like, have you guys ever been with that, someone like that? Like, their happiness is 100% dependent on how you guys' relationship is, or how you guys are, or on you, period. That's how I felt like I was with this platform that I was with. I just felt like my happiness, my resources, my everything was really derived from this one fucking point. And it just felt like it had way too much power over me. And so, you know, a couple of little truths slipped out here and there. Some people spoke about things they probably shouldn't have spoken. Some people got mad at each other and threw each other under the bus. I found out some truths, and then I just left. I was just like, all right, this is enough. This is enough for me to feel like I can run with this feeling. And then I went with Abundant Capital with Matthew, like, I think like 3 months after. So I was alone for like 2-3 months. Yeah, grateful for Trade House though. They got me into spirituality and the woke stuff. Yeah, they did, for sure. No, shout out to all of them. They taught me a lot. I mean, here's the thing. For anybody that studies or wants to study ICT, the reality of it is it's very hard. It's information that's very difficult to absorb. It's information that is so difficult to absorb. I've had ICT content since 2018, if not before. And I never watched it till 2021. 2020, 2021. 2021, yeah. Any of it. I did not watch any of it till 2021. And it wasn't because till 2021, when I left IM Academy, Trade House, that I started studying ICT on my own, and I could finally understand it. I understood what this, maybe the language was different, maybe the terminology was a little different, but the concepts were very similar. So then I was just like, wow, like, this is just a very in detailed version of smart money concepts. And that's where my ICT journey begun, is when I left IM Academy, started studying purely ICT, and then I learned all about his concepts. And I never looked back. I have not looked back. Yeah, I haven't. I'm still studying ICT concepts. I'm studying from students of ICT, people that have been killing it in this industry, took his mentorships. I'm studying all of their stuff. You know, maybe I can't get into ICT's mentorships, but I can get into the students that took the mentorships of the students that took his full mentorship and are consistently pumping up results. You know, so I've been studying ICT since then. Guys, ICT is very confusing. It's a difficult concept to digest, and it's a lot of videos to digest, but it's cool because you have continuous education that is basically like never ending. Like, you can just never have watched all of his videos. He has so much content out there. There's no fucking way that people with 5, 7, even like, let's say 7 years or less of experience went through it all. There's no way. I'm almost 2 years studying his content, and I haven't even fucking finished the core content. Like, I'm 2 years into his content, and there's like 20 other playlists that I have yet to watch on his free YouTube. You know what I mean? So I just, when it comes to ICT, man, it's not that he's the go and all this stuff, but he is. but it's just the fact that his content is just very difficult to absorb, and I would not have gotten there without the Trade House boys. Just letting you guys know that without Trade House, I would not have understood jack shit that ICT teaches. I wouldn't. They're the reasons why I understand ICT. So, you know, I think I went in the steps that I needed to get me to where I need to be right now today. Because if it wasn't for all of that, I wouldn't be here with you guys today. If it wasn't for the Trade House boys, I wouldn't be wanting to teach people, motivate, and influence. If it wasn't for Trade House, I wouldn't have learned smart money concepts and dove into ICT. If it wasn't for Trade House, I wouldn't have started reading and changing my life around. You know, if it wasn't for the boys in Trade House, man, I'm just telling you guys, like, we wouldn't all be sharing this beautiful fucking moment together. We wouldn't. You guys would be sharing this beautiful moment with somebody else. You know, so shout out to the boys at Trade House. They put me on. They changed the game for me, and I just want you guys to know, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, just learn and dedicate yourself, apply yourself with high quality, not intensity, just high quality, and you will win. I promise you, you will win. So guys, for those of you who may not know this, I am doing an ICT boot camp. Okay, I'm doing an ICT boot camp here. I'll show you guys real quick, just real quick. Okay, you guys can go to the link in the description on the video. Okay, and I'm doing this ICT boot camp, this top one right here. Okay, and for those of you who want to learn ICT concepts, for those of you who wanted to learn everything that I've been teaching, all the concepts from A to Z, the blue boxes, the gray boxes, the white boxes, the orange lines, the white lines, all my drawings, all the way that I mark out charts, how I come up with these levels, how I read price action, how I've interpreted not just the boys in Trade House information, but ICT's information. If you guys want to learn all that, hit me up. I've sat down for months and I've created a presentation that I believe is very easily absorbed and easy to digest. Okay, I've ran this presentation multiple amount of times. I've gotten a lot of results from it. Many people come out with such a great amount of clarity, and so far it's given me a lot of great results. So now I'm opening this up to the public for the very first time. I've never had this open to the public. It's always been private to either my community, my students, or in-person boot camps. But that in-person boot camp that I've done countless of times, I've compressed it into a very easy to digest presentation. Okay, so if you guys ever want to learn more about ICT and smart money concepts but don't want to watch all the videos, resources, here's your one-stop shop to learn all of it. It's going to be a 2-day 3-hour session, okay, each day, and this fee pays for both days. Okay, so if you guys again want to learn the concepts, want to learn clarity, this is your opportunity. I give a lot of these away. I gave 3 of the seats away, so I may do another giveaway, 1 more seat away, but I'll let you guys know. It'll be very random. It'll be very, very random. But for now, guys, I am gonna let you guys go. Okay, I am gonna let you guys go. I appreciate you guys, and do me a favor. Appreciate you guys. Sorry, I was just playing my. Let me drop this on the chat real quick, okay? Do me a favor, and later on today, I am going to go live with Matthew. I am going to go live with Matthew for FOMC, okay? And I'm going to drop the link right here. Okay, I do believe that it's going to be on his page. You know, I shouldn't. Either way, follow Abundant Capital, subscribe to their channel on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. Okay, follow me on Twitter. I know that down here it's my handle, so follow me on Twitter, and I'll drop the link no matter what. If it's a Zoom link, if it's a YouTube link, I'll share it on my Twitter. So we're gonna go live at 2 p.m. Eastern when those first news hit, and yeah, yeah, I'll see you guys on that stream for FOMC. I'm more excited for that than I am for anything else today. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. Again, the link for their YouTube page is there on the comments, and then my Twitter's going to be down here. My Twitter handle is going to be down here for those of you who want to keep up with any charts and keep up with anything on my channel, keep up with any live streams that I do, any guest appearances that I do on any other channels. Keep up with the Twitter page, and you guys will definitely see that. So I'll definitely share the link on my Twitter at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys on there. Clap easy, trade responsibly, don't blow your accounts right before this all gets really fun and really nice. Okay? And yeah, guys, take care. See you later.